Hello everyone. I'm really happy to announce that I'm now a part of LivDemy, which is an online academy that teaches music in a very beautiful way through masterclasses that are live and recorded. We've had some of the finest singers and legendary musicians like Hariharanji, Kaushiki Chakravarti, Mahesh Kade, Mahesh Raghvan, and I'm humbled to be part of this esteemed lineup, not only as a teacher, but as a founding member of LivDemy. There are many exciting things in the pipeline in regards to music education, and I cannot wait for all of it to begin. Watch out for all the updates at LivDemy, and see you all very soon.
Hi, my name is Mahesh Kade. If you already know me, you know how deeply passionate I am about music. I think it's my life calling to serve and spread the awareness and love of our music. Mostly I do it as a performer and an educator, but also as a composer, a speaker, a judge, judging a TV show that's on music, all while being a ubiquitous student of Indian classical music. I came to the US, like most people, to pursue a master's in media arts and technology and subsequently in engineering management. And most people ask me, what do I do with my educational background? And I have not had a good answer. While it brings discipline to most of what I do, I think now I finally have a good answer. LivDemy, which is a technology company, gives me an opportunity to build a musical vision on the top of a very robust platform that has been solely designed to serve music. I'm very excited to make this announcement and looking forward to this journey together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful session at LivDemy. I have with me the wonderful Salim Merchant. Hi.
What's up? How are you?
All good, all good. How are you doing?
I'm very good, Mahesh. Good to see you.
Same here. I've been so looking forward to
Yeah,
speaking to
same
you
here.
today.
So what's next?
You tell me.
I'm really excited for this, for the new way, the way music is, this new change that people are adapting to, with using technology, connecting with people, educating themselves with music through platforms like LivDemy, and being able to communicate and being able to get knowledge from incredible teachers like yourself, to study music in a much deeper way and a much intricate way. And this is such a beautiful platform for communicating and studying music and getting the know-how of real music from the real teachers. So it's a people. I always think like the glass. I always look at the glass half full. I never look at it half empty. Um, COVID has actually changed a lot of things, and you know what it has done? It has made us value your close friends, your own vidya, your own sadhana, your own knowledge, your own art, and somewhere down the line you take it for granted that arey yaar, it's fine. We'll get to learn music whenever we have to, just by the way of, by doing projects, by sure, that's a great way of learning. And like I always say, 50% music is 50% learning and 50% listening. But platforms like these, um, which creates a whole experience of a classroom, is something
Yeah.
which is pretty incredible, which has happened, and I'm very happy that this was like people who are into teaching have pushed themselves to to come on to LivDemy and to show what they have, and to tell me how's the experience been with you, Mahesh? I mean,
So actually, I have never taught like an iPad class before LivDemy. and this was the first time I actually got to teach what I do. Of course, I've been teaching music production for around 6 years, but ever since LivDemy, and thanks to whatever happened in the last year, I've been, working on a syllabus to teach all of this really cool music technology using the GeoShred app, and I also have my course up, and it's really great to see, the amount of interaction we have on the platform. And every time I do a course, there are people asking, okay, when is the next one?
Right. That's really awesome. Tell me, Mahesh, I wanted to ask you, when you play on your app, this you how do you finally record it on on Logic? So the output is through a sound card, obviously, but
Yeah.
does it also track MIDI?
Yes. So GeoShred has the option to have MPE out.
Can you name the app once again?
GeoShred.
GeoShred.
The amount of people that asked me that, I had a phone cover that says the
Uh-huh.
app is called GeoShred.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. But
Yeah.
it's not connected to Geo, right? As in the
No,
cloud.
no, no, not at all.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We have so many amazing people who've joined us. There's Nandini saying that my volume is very soft. I should connect my iPods. Maybe I should. I will actually. Uh,
I'm not able to see you anymore.
are you serious? I
Yeah.
can see you.
Can you see me?
I can see you very well.
Okay. I don't know if others are able to see you because I'm not able to see you.
Um, can others see me? I think they can, I guess.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyway, I think we can just go on.
Yeah, so you were saying, your so you record you record MIDI as well, or it just records audio?
Yes, so it has an output for MIDI as well. So for MIDI, what I do is I just have a USB-C cable. I have the latest iPad Pro, so it's just a USB-C cable.
Oh, that's
Um, and on GeoShred, I can actually stream my. I have another camera setup. Hold on. Are you able to see the app?
yeah, that's so cool. Of course I
Yeah.
can.
So
Yeah.
the app is really cool because it allows me to actually, there is a MIDI option, and over here,
You're right.
if I want all of the MPE controls, all the multi sliding options, I can actually send it out from my iPad directly into your Logic by just using a standard USB-C cable. And all I need to do is on my audio MIDI settings on my computer, I just enable the iPad, and that's a really cool function to have.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's great. And then you can change the sound to whatever you want.
yeah.
And
It's
what do you generally like as your synth? I mean, what kind of plugin do you use to change, generate your sounds from?
so the sound comes directly from the app actually.
Okay, but you can't. So once you MIDI it, you can then change the sound, right?
Of course, yeah. So if I have to just show
Come
just
on,
one second.
why don't you demonstrate it? Come on, man.
Sure. So are you able to hear me?
Yeah, of course.
So the way the app works, for people who don't know it, this is a grid of notes. So all of the boxes are actually individual musical notes. It's tuned to E flat major, and I can also play the black notes. So the way this works is I can slide between notes, and this sound is generated from the app. This is my own tone. So if I were to play a little bit, so that's how the app works.
Brilliant. And I love those shiny things, like you feel like you're in the solar system, and when you're touching the note, there's all these red beams, and yellow beams that come out. And I noticed that whenever you play, Mahesh, your left hand is on this, kind of galaxy kind of a square. What is that?
So the left hand actually, the iPad is an interesting not instrument device because it doesn't have force touch.
Uh-huh.
So I needed to find a way where I can actually have dynamics, because without dynamics I'm not able to get the feel right.
I see.
So
Okay.
right now we have one layer of dynamics, which is the vertical position of where you type the note. That's a little bit of dynamics. But if I use my left hand, it's more like a filter, like a,
See.
yeah, it's like a high cut filter resonance kind of a thing. So that's how I get dynamics from the app.
And what is the significance of all this, like these red beams coming out,
Oh,
which means
so
it's such a good thing.
when you're playing a fretless instrument, uh, if I click right in the center,
Yeah,
it shows me an X. But as long as I move out,
yeah.
it gets like, it's just an indicator of, are you in the center of the square or not?
Uh-huh.
And whenever I'm in the center, it just quantizes and you see that big X right there.
And then, so if it has to record on MIDI, how will that track it? Just like the Rolly?
Yeah, just like the Rolly. I just have to connect my cable, the standard, the USB-C cable. Right now I'm on an aux cable, which is connected to my Apollo. But if I have to track MIDI, it's just a standard cable that goes directly into my MacBook, and I just have to enable it on audio MIDI devices, and then all good to go.
That's awesome, man. I'm going to download this app right now. It's called GeoShred, right?
GeoShred. It's obviously invented by the wonderful Jordan Rudess.
Jordan. Yeah, of course. I've seen him play. And I know that you guys have shared a lot of stuff together because he loves your playing as well with the whole Carnatics stuff.
He is just amazing. I met him a couple of times. I had the honor of meeting him in Dubai, and we had like a short jam on GeoShred, and it's just wonderful to see. He has so many ideas, and he's so humble.
Sure. He is absolutely. Like, well, he's, I mean, apart from him being a monstrous musician, like an incredible musician, he's just the most wonderful human being. And in fact, I've seen that with so many people,
Yeah,
like uh, the the biggest example in for me is Ustad Zakir Hussain.
of
Like,
course.
I mean, an amazing amazing musician, but a great human being as well. And I've realized that, in fact, we should have Zakir Bhai sometime visit us on LivDemy. I'm going to
Definitely.
people here on the group chat. What do you think? Should we invite him on? I mean, we all want to, but how are you looking forward to having him on LivDemy? Yes. Oh, there's everybody saying yes for sure. Yes for sure. Okay. Yes. This has been a very interesting time for me as well. I started my own. Suleiman and me started our own label, which is
Wonderful.
called it's called Merchant Records, and something that we always wanted to do. And we always, of course, we did a lot of movies. We're still doing films. We're working on one right now, as you can see.
Oh wow.
But doing non-film music as is very inspirational, very therapeutic for a lot of reasons. Because when you're working on a film, it's always that you have that the characters, the story. You're working on a subject that is you're bound. Your music has to sort of revolve around that. But with independent music, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and you can express yourself the way you want to. And so that's something that has always excited us. And I felt like maybe it's not just me and Suleiman. I'm sure there are lots of musicians and writers and composers who are thinking of releasing their music and we thought we may as well structure a label in such a way that we can not only just put out our stuff, but also become the mediator to release good music of many deserving artists, musicians, lyricists, singers, composers, and bring them out on Merchant Records and create like a very artistic, creative community that doesn't really, uh, run towards like big hits and making commercial music, but do something beautiful which is kind of has soul and timeless quality in music, and that was our goal, and I'm so glad that we were able to achieve that to a certain extent, and it was, and honestly, I'm on one of the songs. I was so looking forward to collaborating with you. We released a song called Pata Nahi for an artist called Shivansh, and that song was sort of in Rag Jog, and I was really looking forward to like working with you on that song. But and I'm going to confess here, in front of all of you people who've joined in, that I was because we didn't have much time. I was like, let's not speak to Mahesh and not give him time, because we had to release it. I had to mix the song the very next day because we had to release it. Uh, and so I said like, okay, I can't just message him. I'm not even like had an introduction with him properly. I can't just message him. But now,
Now you can.
now I can. Now I can. After this, what's next chat? I can definitely message you anytime.
Well, that's next, I guess.
Yeah, that's absolutely next on my radar and on my this thing. I really
Yeah.
surely want to kind of work with you. And this instrument of yours is so beautiful. I mean, the GeoShred app is just. But tell me one thing, Mahesh. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people here who've joined in know. Did you study music, or it was always? Of course, you studied music, but how
Yeah.
did you study? What was your instrument there?
So basically, I learned Carnatic music for since the age of 3, and I also learned how to play piano. I did all my Trinity 8 grades, and after that, I went to audio engineering school, then masters in music tech, which is where I bought the iPad for gaming initially, but then Fruit Ninja became GeoShred.
Oh, and now you still play piano, or you
Of
you
course,
are just yeah, yeah,
yeah,
cool, man.
that never goes away. It's just
And then you always experiment different changes and different kind of like what's your most uh, what's the most favorite song that you've produced, or any of your single that I should look it up, and I mean I've looked it up on Instagram Music too, kind of post something and then play Instagram Music on one of your tracks, but it'd be great for me to know which is your favorite song.
so. Recently, I did a collaboration with the wonderful violinist Nandini Shankar, and it's called the Khamaj Connection. I think that's something you will really enjoy. So it's in rag Khamaj, and it's totally like you have EDM and you have Indian music. So that's what it's.
You think we should play it here for people? Why not, man?
Sure.
Cool.
Let me just get the video. Okay. Can I play the audio file?
Of course you can.
Okay, cool. Um, just looking it up.
Easy, man.
1 second.
People are all very friendly out here on LivDemy, whoever's joined in.
Definitely. It's just that we have such a wonderful community of learners and teachers on LivDemy, and I'm just so happy to be a part of, this wonderful journey.
Meanwhile, while you look for it, Ashish Dha is asking a GeoShred question. Exactly how fine grain is the glissando? What's the smallest amount you can change the pitch of a box note by?
So you can go fully microtonal. All 100 cents are accessible, but there is a pitch quantization that happens, and because of that, you have a certain like flexibility. So even if you don't go exactly to the center of the note, you're still able to stay in pitch.
Man, I'm really downloading it right now as we speak.
You definitely should. So I'm just going to play the file. Just hold on.
And just so that you before you play, how much like what do you think? I know that it all depends on every person to person, but what's the practice time? Yeah, for a person like me, let's say. I mean, I do play harpeggi. I don't know whether you've seen the
Of
harpeggi.
course.
Yeah, but it's very different from it's a proper string. It's very different from from playing on the screen. Uh, so what is the learning curve? Yeah, how much time do you think?
So if you know how to play an instrument already, it's
Yeah.
easy to pick up. So
And is
I
it
learned to
called
play keyboard.
GeoShred Play? Is it called this one? Is it this one?
I use Pro, and that's what you should be getting.
So it's not Synth Shred, it's GeoShred, right?
GeoShred Pro. GeoShred. I think that's the green one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Cool. Can I play the song?
Please.
Awesome. So cool. I'm just going to do it.
It's all right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that's the kind of music I'm.
what a beautiful song. What a really, and Khamaj is such a wonderful rag. And a great, even Nandini is such a vibe, such a fantastic
She
music.
is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I had a really good time last year. We released a soundtrack,
Bhumi.
an album called Bhumi. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I love that project. It's like
Oh, yeah.
the production on that is just so good. Can you just talk me through it? Because I've always wondered, it just sounds so big and so nice.
I honestly, I mean, like, we never planned anything. I was always very fascinated with like sort of visiting some thumris and some bandishes and stuff like that. And I mean, it just happened one day that we were coming back from a music launch, and Sukhwinder Singh was with me, and and he's a very fun guy and like a very spontaneous guy. So we came back from that music launch, and he started singing. We were having chai. I'm trying to find that thing. I think I will find it very soon. He started singing one beautiful bandish of Ustad Salamat Ali Khan Sahab, which is originally composed by Ustad Bade Ghulam Ali Khan, obviously,
Wow.
which is of course Saval Mod Muhara, you know, and that actually I'll just play you. I hope it plays well. It's looking for it. I'm going to play.
I can
Just
actually stream it.
oh, you can huh? How can you? No, this is a phone
Oh,
recording.
phone recording. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to play this so that you get it, like how it all started. Like we were in our
Okay.
in our
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
He's just too good.
And I thought, I got him in the studio, and I felt like maybe we sort of built a track around, I don't know how good the sound is. Sound may not be that great, but yeah, I mean, I was just like fooling around with the changes, and I mean, obviously this it says Multani Kafi, the rag, where you have so many different, like, you have the there's a lot of possibility of a lot of changes. So I'll just show you what we did with the song. I don't know if
I can hear you very clearly, so don't worry.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, just going to raise the keys part. So you say like the whole thing goes like it's in G minor, but like we started working on. I mean, I changed the center to. And the beat is also like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. It's like a normal 4/4.
Yeah.
It's a normal 4/4, but I've just kind of broken it down to like 3 3 and 2, and that's why the rhythm feels very interesting, and of course the changes kind of give you a. I mean, I tried all kinds of. I mean,
Those chromatic changes sound absolutely beautiful.
yeah. So it's basically you're in G minor, but like I give you I mean I tried like a B flat major 7th, and I just came down to like a A minor 7th and G sharp minor 7 to a
Nice.
B flat major 7.
Nice.
You can see this change.
That G sharp sounds just
just these kind of things. So I didn't really expect this to become an album. I mean, I just started playing around with this bandish and with these changes, and we put a beat on it, and Suleiman put some things, and Raj Pandit, who works with us, he put some stuff, and yeah, and I felt like suddenly this bandish was getting a very different structure, and we started working on it. We started building on it. Um, I mean, the whole thing of like doing changes over a bandish was so interesting for me, and this was an old bandish that I sort of grew up listening to, and it just happened that Suki sang, and I felt I went back to my childhood days, and I felt like I should do something about it. Like there should be some kind of calling, and we started working on it, and then this song came about really well. Saval Mod Mohara, and we wrote a English part to it as well, which Nikita sang. Seasons come and seasons go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Lost without you in the shadow. Ba 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 ba. 1 2. Ba 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 ba. 1 2 3. 1 2. Same pattern. 1 2 3. 1 2. Seasons come and seasons go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Lost without you. So, इस तरह से it just started building, and Saval Mod Mohara. Everything was just merging, and both these sort of cultures were just kind of blending in so well. I felt like, okay, this is the song, and then this was not enough. I felt like, okay, you got to write more songs, and I felt like because this song had such a powerful, such powerful gaiki, obviously because of the composition and because of Sukhwinder Singh adding his incredible gaiki. I felt like I should do this album with singers, like gavaiye, like it should be full of gaiki. So my next go-to singer was Shreya Ghoshal, and I always wanted to do a song which was like a Krishna bhajan. I spent some time in. We had a concert in Bharatpur, which is close to Mathura, Vrindavan, and people celebrate Holi there in a beautiful way, and they worship Lord Krishna in such a deep, celebratory way. I felt like Krishna, and he's Sampurn Kalakar, like he's archer, he's a painter, he's a musician, and I felt like, and I always wanted to do something with Paras. After Coke Studio, there's been such a big gap. I felt like we should bring him on, so we called it Muralia, which means which means Krishna's flute, and yeah, I composed this bhajan Baje Re Baje Muralia Baje, and got Shreya to sing it, and and of course Paras did his magic. And then I realized this is working out to be a really nice record. We had already done a song called Genie Genie, which was a very old Kabir Das ji's Doha bhajan, which Jonita Gandhi sang in English, and then Swaroop sang in the Braj language that it was composed in. So I felt like this is working out to be a nice blend of tradition and the now. And 20 years back, we had done an album called Bhumi, which we mixed at, which was basically a collection of folk songs, and which we mixed at Peter Gabriel's studio, and it turned out to be great. We released it in 2000. I felt we should call this album Bhumi 2020. And then I always wanted to work with Kaushiki, so we got Kaushiki Chakravarti to sing Saiya Bol, a very, very beautiful bandish again, Thumri, in Pilu. And so yeah, we started working on this record like it became like a kind of a mission, and it gave us a lot of happiness, brought in a lot of incredible musicians to come together and play and party and come out with something mind-blowing, and just push ourselves to write different things, bring in musicality which was kind of unexplored, and having no boundaries at all, having no sort of ceiling towards creation. That was something that came out really well in 2020, and now it's become like a bug. Like I'm dying to start Bhumi 21, and I hope I can get you on, man.
Anytime. I was very curious actually, because there's so many genres in that single one album. How did you, how much time did it take?
Quite honestly, it took about a year and 3 months, because we were so busy touring as musicians. We used to do a song in a month, and then listen to it and enjoy it for 1 month. Then okay, what next? And then we would write another song and then enjoy that for the next month, and sort of, yeah. So took about 15 months to really
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. I think I can go on and on talking about it, and Mahesh, you can go on and on talking about it. But I think let's it's been and we will continue talking. But as we speak, we should also take up some questions, because there's a lot of people picking some questions on the group chat. So let's. You want to take the first one?
I see one question for you. When you're putting chords to rag-based compositions, do you preserve the rag purity in terms of the notes that you use? This is by Ashish.
Yes, Ashish, I do. But I also step out. For instance, this is this is so I do that as well. Now we are in G minor, and there's a Shuddhani there in that. So normally you do I do an E flat minor there, which is basically, and then I would also do an E flat minor 7. It's nice. And like I played earlier, I did some kind of passing chords. So as long as you're pure to the rag, and you're distinct, and you're just adding accidental changes here and there, not staying too much. I'm not staying too much here. And for instance, the antara of this is very interesting. So if you see this, these changes. Now there is an E flat minor here, which is kind of unexpected. So I did a, it's not there in this rag, but I tried a, but just for a second, if it comes in, it creates drama, you know. As you can see here. One thing important is, like, if you follow a structure of chords, my chords are also going in the same structure as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's going like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that kind of creates like a rhythm and harmony together. You know, that's nice. And as long as go out of the rag too much, you know, just for the heck of kind of being creative, it's important to create this continue and keep the consistency of the raga intact. That's very important. So the changes can complement but not destroy a feeling of and the spirit of a rag. That's very important. So sometimes you should know certain things, like, you know, in a rag where the nishad is important, you give it its proper justice, or the gandhar is, you know, kind of important, then you give it its proper justice with the change. And that actually kind of comes with some experience. And, you know, I really believe that music is something that you kind of acquire. I mean, of course you study and you learn, but the best way to do it is to just continue to, you know, continue your art form and continue to just make music, and you learn as you go. But yeah, I mean, I stick to changes as much as possible within the rag, without destroying it and without sort of creating too much drama. Let me take a question for you, Mr. Mahesh Raghvan. This is for you. Oh shit. No, sorry, that was also for me. Why don't you
Okay, there's a question that says, how does the process of producing music work?
The process of producing music work.
So for me, either I know exactly what I want, or I don't know anything.
Exactly what
it's
I want,
not in between.
or I don't know
So
anything.
I'm either working towards
So I'm
an end
either
product in my head. I
working
know
towards
exactly
an end product
where
in my head. I
the
know exactly
where the chops are going
where
to be,
the
where the
where the
what do you
chops
call
are
it?
going to be, where
The
what do you call it?
like exactly
The
what sections, what
like exactly
compromises
what
that
sections,
section. Does
what
this section
compromises
sound
that
soft?
section.
Does this sound
this
loud?
section sound
Are there going to
soft?
be syncopated
Does this
sections? I
sound
know
loud?
exactly
Are
that,
there going to be
or I know
syncopated
nothing.
sections? I know
It's
exactly
never
that,
in between.
or I know
So
nothing.
when I know nothing,
It's
I'm
never
always
in between.
experimenting
So
with
when I
different
know nothing,
ideas.
I'm always
So
experimenting with different
one thing I
ideas.
like in the new
So,
version of Logic is the
one thing I
live
like in the new version
live
of
loops
Logic is the
feature,
live
where I can
loops
just put down my
feature,
ideas, mix
where
them
I
together,
can
and
just
see what
put
works.
down my ideas, mix them together, and
Because
see what works.
it's just like
Because
some things that you cannot imagine will work together
some things
might
that you
actually
cannot
work
imagine
really
will
well together.
work together might actually
And I
work
work
really
on
well
my
together.
rhythms
work on my
in multiple layers. I have
rhythms
at least
in
like 20,
multiple
25
layers. I have
layers
at
of
least
just
like 20,
rhythm.
25 layers of
And
just
some grooves
rhythm.
work very well
And
with
some grooves
a
work
few other
very
groups.
well with
And
a few other groups.
for me, it's all about,
And
okay, play, mute, play, mute,
for me,
play,
it's all
mute,
about,
and
okay,
mix.
play, mute, play, mute, play, mute, and
So
mix.
yeah.
So,
Awesome. Nice.
yeah.
There's Nachiketa and Pragya and Vedika, and there are so many people asking the same question: where do I start when it comes to production? Guys, honestly, you know, when you're beginning to learn something, it's the best way to do it is to dive into it. It's like kind of like swimming in a way. If you know music, and you know that you God has given you that special, you know, talent for music and special, and music is a beautiful thing. It's really a gift from God, and if you have it, it's best to, and you want to learn production, yes, of course, there are ways and means to, kind of, and I'm here on LivDemy to show you a lot of tricks, which we'll start very soon. But the best thing to do is to kind of dive into it straight away. If you have Logic or Cubase, or even, for that matter, Live, Ableton Live, anything where you can play your instrument, either be it, I mean, keys is the best because it's a great MIDI instrument, and you can put down your ideas, you can put down your changes. Even if you don't know too many chords, you just know Sapa, and you can just put like, and you can, one more chord after that maybe. So you can just kind of play those things, and and put it down on MIDI. Um, Work out what tempo you want to do, what time signature you want to use, and these things will only happen when you start. So if you have Cubase, you have Ableton Live, you have Fruity Loops, you have Logic, start. The best thing is to start. And all these programs, they have a help feature. And you know what? We are so fortunate. When I started doing all this 25 years ago, 30 years ago, we didn't really have Google. We didn't really have help. I mean, it was insane. We used to call people and find out like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And like my brother is still a pro. He's a pro. So I used to ask him. Right now you have Google, you have YouTube videos, you have so much stuff that you can
We
actually
also have
just
LivDemy.
get knowledge from. So just
You also
dive
have
into it.
LivDemy.
You also have
Yeah.
LivDemy. Just jump into it, guys.
Yeah.
Jump into it and figure it out. I think it's the best way to do it for all you people asking for production questions is to really get into it. A lot of people will teach you production, but what you will learn on your own, nobody can teach you. So I will say that, like, to start with, if you're a singer, if you're a musician, get a software, be it Logic, Cubase, Ableton, Fruity Loops, whatever it may be, whatever records, MIDI instrument, preferably keyboard, play some changes, play some chords, work out your time signature, start, and you will learn a hell of a lot by just jumping into it.
Awesome. I'd also like to add it's very important for producers to listen to a lot of music because it's so important because I have a lot of students asking me, okay, how do I produce electronic music? And the first thing I ask them is, okay, how much do you listen to? They say, okay, I haven't heard much. So the first step is actually to listen so that you know the possibilities. I'm sure you agree with me.
I'm sure you agree with me.
Of course I do. I mean, it's music, in my opinion, is 50% listening and 50% learning. You can learn a hell of a lot through your teachers, through courses, and through programs, and through now platforms like LivDemy. It's great stuff to study, but a lot of studying happens through listening. And please, never ever underestimate your own listening capabilities and what you can learn just by listening. Mahesh, there's a question for you. I've been working on giving birth to Hindustani 2.0, which I think shares many ideas and vision traits with your Carnatic 2.0. Would love to discuss this with you.
Of course, just message me on Instagram and I'll reply right away.
Message me on Instagram and I'll reply right away.
We have a question saying, how do you plan your emotions when you score a movie scene? You're the best person to answer this, I guess.
You're the best person to answer this, I guess.
Honestly, I feel everybody knows where to put music. Very few people know where not to do music. And I have learned the hard way, just by experience, that, that sometimes it's nice to not do music on certain films. Because it's, most of the time we do a lot of scoring and we overscore. We do so much music that the importance of background score has lost. And it's very, very important to find your spaces. Silence is music. Very important to know that if you don't do silence, the importance of music will go away. The emotion, you bring it in by just following your instinct with the character, with the story. It's very important what story you're trying to tell. It's very important what the director is trying to say. It's very important what the scene is saying and what kind of emotion it's talking about. Once you understand that, you will know. A lot of times a scene has a couple of subtexts. Like, it's a happy scene, but it has pathos. And then at that point, you need to follow the director, or you need to follow your own instinct to start with. what do you as an audience? Always, as a composer, I follow my heart as an audience. I detach myself. I don't think I'm a composer. I look at it as a piece of as an audience, and I perceive the scene as what the audience would perceive it as, and then I approach it. That's very important. Sometimes we take ourselves too seriously as composers. Oh, we must do this, we must do that. But as an audience, if I find the scene complete and I don't find the need for doing music, I don't. Shut up. Silence is music. I keep saying that.
Great.
All right, so I think
Great.
we're coming towards the end of this session. It's been an amazing. Mahesh, I can go on and on chatting more, but I think we should. This has been an incredible session so far, and I'm gonna, you take one last question and I'll take
Okay.
one last
The
question.
question I'm going to take is mine.
Say good night.
When is your masterclass on LivDemy going to be?
When is your masterclass on LivDemy going to be?
Yeah.
Perfect. Please say it.
Yeah.
No, when is your next masterclass?
No, when is your
Oh,
next
mine.
masterclass?
Oh, mine. Well, it depends on LivDemy. I'm ready. We can do it this month. Should we this month? Well, we'll announce it in the next 5 days. I promise you. Next 4 days, actually. So we'll announce it before.
I'm
this
definitely
weekend.
going to be part of that.
Okay.
I'm
And
definitely going to be part of that.
Mahesh has a question for you. Mahesh, do you always have the itch to make something complex with every piece?
No, sometimes I'm just naughty.
No, sometimes I'm just naughty.
So yeah, your naughty
Yeah.
can also be complex then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can tell from Mahesh's personality that he's, he always likes to experiment with and he always likes to push his musical boundaries, especially with his means and his slides. And, he likes to create something sensational and something beautiful and soulful with his. And
Thank
what
you
you're
so
doing
much.
is pretty incredible,
Thank you so much.
turning your MIDI instrument into such a beautiful, soulful tool, which is great. I'm going to take one last question. Hello from Senthil Kumar. How do you work on an abstract idea? Like there is less brief on the scene from the director or someone, and you are on your own to score. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you something. This film which we are scoring, um, we tried to sort of. I just tried to bring an piece of emotion in the film, but I was completely wrong. So the actor, some people who are following me on Instagram were here have probably seen, who I'm talking about. The actor of this film was here, and he saw the film, saw some scenes, and he said, he was very blatant and honest with me, and he said, "I think you're going the wrong way," and his point of view was right. So when you're approaching a scene, don't think you're always right. A film is always teamwork. Music for a film. Please remember that you're a film composer. You're doing music for a film, and not a record of your own. So when you're working on a film, there are many people involved. There's a director. There's a producer. There is a writer. There are actors, and everybody puts their heart and soul into something to create something beautiful. You may be wrong in approaching something, and I was wrong. We've done a few scenes of this film where I've approached it in a very different way, and the actor actually was here, and he told me that I would have expected you to do this, and he was not wrong. He was right. You have to just be open. Sometimes. So there was no brief here from the director. The brief was to just feel what I want to do as a composer and what I feel like doing. But while you do that, you also make mistakes. You can be wrong, and I realized that I was wrong. So I'm going to retouch up this certain cues of this film.
Great. Thank you
But yeah,
so
thank
much.
you so
It was
much.
so lovely talking
Thank
to
you
you.
so much.
Okay,
It was
Almaz.
so lovely talking to you.
Almaz is asking me who was the actor. Preetham has already answered. It was Anupam Kher. Yes, he's right. Mahesh, it's really a pleasure. I hope to really work with you very, very soon. You're so much on my radar. I really
Thank you
love
so
your
much.
work.
It means so much coming from
Thank
you.
you so much. It means so much coming from you.
No, seriously, I mean it all. It's just very, very beautiful what you do. Brings
Thank
so
you.
much happiness with your
Thank
music
you.
to everybody's lives. Thank you so much. Thank you, LivDemy, and thank you all you lovely people who've joined in here. We'll keep talking, and we'll keep, and I'll be on very soon on LivDemy to show you some more stuff, about music, and a little bit about some songs that I've done and some songs that we've composed and stuff like that. We'll break them down and talk about how it all happened.
See you guys.